Hello, welcome back everyone. I am your amigo Pratap Rao. Since I'm exploring all genres of the book, so I have came across the book category called the books for alpha male. In other words, the male personalities who is highly intelligent, confident and dominant in society. I consider myself as a alpha male because I take full responsibility of myself, my family and my loved ones. And these are the one of the behavior you can see with all alpha male. If you observe and compare men from the past, I mean during the time of World War and the prior to social media dominating the world, the men are becoming weaker and weaker. The testosterone level of men is decreasing these days, which is concerning trends to be addressed. Additionally, there are increasing presence of fake feminist and support for LGBT communities. Unfortunately, they are attempting to influence kids in schools in the name of education. If this continuously encouraged, the concept of masculinity is going to be disappear. We are going to witness the people are going against the biological and natural aspects of being human. Thanks to the individuals like Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, David Coyne, Donald Trump, Robert Greene and many more who are raising their voice. Sadly, there are only few people who is speaking up to these topics. Anyways, let's not go dive deep into it. Let's start with our book category for today, that is having the wish to have a alpha male persona. I want everybody should go through this book. I'm starting with this book called Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odd by David Goggins. Before discussing the book, let me tell you a little bit about the author David Goggins himself. Goggins is an American runner who has remarkable in his feat, who completed the 60 ultramarathon, triathlons and ultra triathlons. He has new course record and constantly placing in top 5. At one point, he held the Guinness World Record for pull-up, completing 4,030 in 17 hours. He is also sort of a public speaker and recently he gained social media fame and with his speech, he is influencing millions of people around the globe. His latest book is Never Finished, Unsackle Your Mind and Win the War Within. Generally, I'm not a big fan of self-help book, but this guy is straight to the point. He motivates the people who are trying to do the things instead of thinking about doing it. Reason why this book is fall into this category is because of Goggins. He shared his own story in this book. Being a stubborn to an overachiever, being a overweight to a fit, a transformed person, a masculine man. He specifically addresses men to how to be strong, independent and how we can take a full responsibility of ourselves. He is the epitome of toughness, often called as the toughest man on the planet this generation has. I don't want to spoil this book by saying what's there in it chapter by chapter. If you are interested, you can buy it. Link in the description below. You probably heard about this book. I often tell in other videos that 12 Rules for Life by Jordan B. Peterson. I definitely and confidently can say that this book is for alpha male. The Canadian professor of psychology uplifts the value of men. You often can see in the social media where he talks about the struggle men face and the defeating the illogical question asked by the feminist. All of his podcast appearance has been, whichever is has been gone viral. It's really worth watching. The words he wrote in this book is just straight to the point. I wish that this book has been released when I was 18. I can share you a few rules which is resonated with me. Stand up straight with shoulders back. Compare yourself who you were yesterday, not to the person who you are today. Assume that person you are listening to is knows something you don't. These 3 rules have greater impact on me and I believe that it will stay with me for a longer time. Jordan Peterson also wrote a follow-up book for this which is called Beyond Order, 12 More Rules for Life, which I'm going to read and make a takeaway on the topics what he is going to cover in my coming days. I encourage people to read this book and not consider the others' opinion about the Jordan Peterson. Believe me, this book is beneficial and value for men. After you read this book, please let me know your opinion in my comment box. Coming to the third book, I would like to recommend for the alpha male is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This is a best-selling book which explores the nature of power and how to attain, maintain and utilize it in different social and professional contexts. This book will provide comprehensive guide to understanding the power dynamics drawing from historical examples, and timeless principles. In the introduction of 48 Laws of Power, author sets stage by acknowledging the universal desire of power and perceived nature of power struggle throughout the history. He emphasizes that power is not inherently evil or good, rather it is a neutral force that can be wielded for constructive and destructive purposes. Green introduces the idea of understanding the complex dynamic for those who wishes to navigate their complex social and professional landscape. He asserts that those who are unaware of governing power, who is often going to be manipulated by those people who knows about it. The introduction is also highlights the historical context and drawing example from them and influence from the ancient thinkers and as well as lesson learned from the historical figures throughout the history. Overall, 48 Laws of Power, it is the book you must read and develop the skills, and it will guide you to face the reality in certain stage and you can see it. So these are my 3 books which I think every male should read, take advantage of it, and it is very good for the people who really think. And anyways, this is all I got in this video, and if you like my content, you can subscribe, and till then, peace out.